Well, I've got a teenage son that I cart around everywhere in my car. I take him to swim practices. I take him to school. I take him to his friend's house. And it seems as soon as he gets in the car, he starts eating. And so there are all sorts of crumbs and food and just other general mess. It seems like every single time we go for a ride in my car. And if I'm being honest, I'm not a lot better. I eat in my car all the time too. And it doesn't take long before my car gets a little bit too dirty. I started looking around for a small vacuum that I could not just use in there, but that I could actually take with me. I peeked around a little bit and I found this one online that got great reviews. So a big thank you to the Toplepor store for sending me a sample to try out. Now, I'm going to show you this here in action in a minute in the horrifying mess that is my car right now. But the biggest problem that I have got with cleaning out my car, if I don't take it somewhere, is when I go to a gas station and I try and use their vacuums. Now, if you can see here, we've all been through this where the vacuums there work great on the floor and on the mats, but when you get into these small crevices and cup holders and other little pieces of your dash that this doesn't reach, it's basically ineffective. So I wanted something that had a bunch of small pieces to it. And as you can see here, there's so much stuff here I could barely even fit it in frame. When this comes right out of the box, you're going to have all of this stuff here that I'm going to go through. Now, just a quick mention that the packaging is actually quite nice. It's a real solid piece of packaging, a nice box that it comes in, so you don't have to really worry when this ships that it's going to be broken up. It's very nicely packaged. But when you open this up, you're going to see all sorts of stuff. You're going to see the vacuum unit itself, which again, I'm going to show you here in just a minute so you can see how it works. You have filters in here that go into this. And then the beauty of this, which is that you have all of these different attachments. And as you can see, you've got attachments for carpeting, but much to my pleasure is that I found all of these little tiny attachments for getting in those really small areas that are impossible to get to with a bigger vacuum cleaner. It also comes with a USB-C charging cable, and the unit itself right here charges, you can see right down here in the bottom, and it charges pretty quickly. And the motor itself is actually quite powerful. I was surprised about this. This was my probably top on my worry list when I ordered a small handheld vacuum, that it was going to have all of these great features, but the motor wasn't going to be very strong. This one actually is. Now there's a on-off button right here on the front. And then when you turn it on, you will see on the side here, it gives you a battery reading as to how much power you have. So you simply hold this down. You don't just tap it. You have to hold it down. And it will turn on. And again, you'll get a little green light around here and you will have your battery level over here. Now, to get this ready to actually vacuum out your car, you have to do a couple of quick things, but it goes very, very quickly. The first is that you have to put a filter in, which is a great idea. You've got 3 of these really nice filters, and then you've got the portion here that collects the dirt. The filter, it's very simple. It just slips in right like this. Very, very easy. And then this has got little twist notches in here, and you've got corresponding ridges on the front of the vacuum unit itself. This just slides in and twists, and now you are ready to go. You've got the collection piece here where your dirt is going to go, and then you've got a little outlet here, including this extension hose. It's a small hose that you can put right onto the end there and add these attachments on, which is just great. So here I've just quickly put this together. I've got the extension on for the vacuum, and I've got this great little head on here that's going to get into my cup holders and everything. This is going to be great. Now, what's really nice about this is if we take this off, the suction, of course, comes in this end, which means over on this end, you've got a fan, kind of a blower. And we have all of these attachments, same little ridges in there that will twist on here. And now when you turn this on, you've got a blower. So you can blow a lot of that stuff out of those really small crannies before you vacuum it up. So I'm going to go give this a try right now out in my car. Please don't be too terrified by what you see. I have not vacuumed this out in a while, but we're going to give this a shot and see how it works. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try out one of these small attachments, just so I can get into these small areas. And this works great. And get all of these little areas that the big, oh, this really works well. Now we're going to try out the stuff on the cushions, and you can see this does a great job. And now finally, I'm going to put one of these blowers on here. You can see I took off the vacuum side and I put one of the blowers on. And this is working great. I'm getting a lot of this little bits of stuff out of here that I can't reach. Okay, so before I start going on about how well this worked, a couple of things. One thing that I forgot to mention at the beginning of this, probably because I was distracted by all of these attachments, is the fact that this does come with a very nice zippered up case that even has got a flexible mesh pocket in here. So this is going to be really great for the car in particular if I take this along with me. Now, if you take this off and take your filter out, I've got a whole bunch of stuff in here. You can see it. There's a lot of dirt in there that came out of my car. And then, so it doesn't go into the motor, this filter does a really good job of filtering out the big stuff as well. So I'll be able to clean this filter out and actually reuse it as well. So this worked amazing. The real beauty in this is kind of twofold. First of all, the fact that you've got small attachments. That's always my biggest gripe about bigger vacuums is I can't get to the areas that I want to get to. And the fact that you can take this off and put these small blowers on, and the really, really tiny areas, you can blow stuff out of there. So I'm very, very pleased with this. I'm going to continue to take my kid around and let him eat as much as he wants in there because now I've got a solution to get this cleaned out.